Cool beansies.
So it gives us something to talk about.
Yeah,
But we should kick off with a. What are we kicking off with, Don?
I'm just inviting all the oaks to the group, so you can
Karen,
start waffling for a moment.
So anyway, guys, it is Cobtober, and as we know, the Bulmoria Cobtober Classic is well underway. Some phenomenal catches coming through there. There's definitely some cob around. We luckily managed to get ourselves on some fish this weekend. That video should be posted later tonight. Andrew, am I correct? So that video will be live tonight at 7 o'clock, guys. So go check out Untraceable Fishing on YouTube. And if you want to see us catch some cob, they weren't the biggest fish in the world, but we did get some cob, guys. And we had one of our YouTube subscribers join us, and he got himself his PB cob. So I'm quite very stoked for him.
Okay, what size?
It's a 105 centimeter fish.
Yeah, that's awesome.
PB cob, I've never seen.
Decent, that's big enough to call a slab, eh?
So I've never seen an oak come fishing and go home so quickly after catching a fish. He was stuck. He was done for the day.
Yeah,
I think his third cast of the evening, and he was on to his PB cob.
So that's what it's all about.
He was so stoked. So well done.
Yeah, I think the whole idea of fishing comps like this is to share the stoke, eh?
Oh, he was, yeah.
Get some gears going and
guys.
target your PB, and when you get it, flapping hell, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we've got some guys. Joshua.
Okay, some new names.
Some new guys.
Dylan's a regular.
Gower, what's happening, Gower Power?
We've got Bob Pessy saying, how's it, Bob?
Gower, I hope you ready for the weekend, but have you asked permission at home?
How's it? What environmental do cob live in? Okay, that's an interesting one. Which environment do cob live in?
Yeah.
You know, cob as juveniles are in our rivers.
Yeah, in the estuary systems.
I think it's one of the reasons why the numbers have also dropped. The smaller cob, like we're talking
up to
5, 10, 15, up to about 30 centimeters.
When they shoot back into the sea again.
They are always in our lagoons and our rivers, our tidal rivers. And sadly enough, over the years, a lot of your smaller rivers in the Wild Coast, and particularly KZN, with the sugarcane fields and the burning of that.
The quality of the water.
And no, they're clogged up.
They're just silted. But like you look at the Coast Calm and stuff, even down this side, the same.
The cob haven't been used as nursery grounds. But the recent floods we've had have certainly helped that a bit. Eh?
Mohammed says he made 3 casts.
5 casts.
5 casts, 2 fish.
Okay, well done, Mohammed.
Well done, Mohammed.
You're a legend. We'll talk about you shortly. Okay, and so yeah, they start off in the river environment. Larger cob do enter and exit the river environment on a regular basis.
Correct.
Many a 50 kg cob does come out of our estuaries.
Especially this time of the year, because it's their time to come in.
Particularly from about the Port St. John's River south.
Yeah.
You need the larger the estuary, generally the larger the cob.
Correct.
That's a standard go-to. Not always though. Yeah. I've caught big cob in tiny lagoons.
No, 100%. Sometimes and your blind rivers too. They get trapped in there for a couple of years.
They love the surf zone.
Yeah.
But you can find them in rocky points and headlands.
Yeah.
Basically, they search for shelter.
Yeah.
My theory is the dolphins love to chow them.
Yeah, the smaller fish. Yeah.
No, the dolphins love to chow the cob.
Yeah, the smaller cob. Yeah.
No, big cob. Eh?
I'm not going to eat a 3-kilo cob though.
No, they'll mob it.
No, but I suppose don't knock it to pieces.
They'll go shady on it.
I don't like that. I mustn't eat my big cob.
And your cob likes to find dirty or sandy water or foam.
Well, they're ambush predators at the end of the day, so that's what I'm saying, so quite right.
They can catch them mullets easier than as well.
They're
aggressive feeders, but not fast feeders.
Feeders, correct, yeah.
I think is the main term. Okay, cool. That hoys that one flat out, but okay, Mohammed, you can tell your story just now. How's it, Victor Barnard? No cob yet at Langebaan, but amazing to see the great catches on the group. Yeah, Langebaan should produce, eh? I know the Berg River I've caught cob there in the past. I haven't fished Langebaan for many years. I got shared there way back when I was a kid. But it's been like 25, 30 years since I fished that area. But yeah, go for it in Langebaan. Big live baits, eh? Big live baits.
Okay, guys, get those questions coming through.
Okay, we got Johan Schonkveld as well online. How's it, Johan?
Heat Edge Knife Sharpening. Welcome, bud. How's it?
Yeah, I think they sell a cool product if I'm not mistaken. I think one of the ones we might stock. Cool. Nice to see some decent sharp knives.
Yeah, you definitely want a sharp knife.
We're interesting chat this afternoon about Bartman as well.
Yeah.
You ever caught a Bartman?
I've never caught a Bartman. It's one of the fish species I've never caught in my life before.
My brother, who doesn't know how to fish at all, the other one, he caught one out years back out at Marsh Strand off the rocks.
Okay.
And that was about 5 kilo. It is a proper and very dark in color.
Yeah.
And then I saw about 3 kg one caught at Bonza Bay. Yeah. Just as you hit the beach down to the right there.
Yeah. And similar cob looking, but more of like a bottom feeding mouth on it.
You know, I've never quite figured it out. But the baby cob we used to catch in the harbour, those little ones, the little beardies, were those baby Bartman or not? I don't know.
I don't actually know.
I don't know. So it's one of those species that's around when you dive, but you all don't often catch them. Okay.
Welcome, Simon Morris.
Simon's on. How's it, Simon? Hope you get to go fishing this weekend with your missus. It sounds good. Do we have the date in our photo? No, you don't have to have the date. So just your England number.
No, the date doesn't make a difference.
Entries are open the whole month.
Yeah. Fish needs to be live, preferably, guys, or fresh fish, please, if you are keeping the fish. I'd like to see live fish.
I do encourage you, though, when you catch your fish, to try and
get the photo in straight away.
Get the photo in as quickly.
Or at least take the photo straight away.
Try into the photograph straight away. Don't hang on to the pictures.
Yeah.
It's nice to build the thing and build some
up.
Want to see Give us something to talk about.
Yeah. Don't sandbag on those catches, please, guys.
We haven't spoken about the catches yet, though. So do we have a brief run through?
Let's go. So we've seen a phenomenal amount of catches come through, guys. I think carb, legal size carb between 60 and 80 centimeters. I've actually lost count of.
Yeah, that's
lost count of. Then there's been some
a lot of 93s,
and another 90s, and 90. Some pushing, and a good couple of fish between, let's say, 10 and 14 kilo mark. It's been a good number of fish, but there have been 2 phenomenal catches come through, Don.
Yeah.
118 centimeter, which I'm guessing I'm not wiki fish, guys. I'm guessing 24 to 26 kilos sort of range by the looks of the fish.
Actually, not as much as you think.
I'm guessing.
That big boy was the 140 centimeter.
That should be about a 30 kilo fish, I think.
They said just shy, hey? About
just
28
shy. That's about, yeah.
The funny thing about cob, it's amazing what 5 centimeters makes.
It makes a big difference, especially once it gets over 100 centimeters. It makes a big difference.
No, for sure. Okay, Simon's saying he's going to go Cases Beach.
Get some clone lures, Simon. You're not going wrong.
If you can walk far towards Land's End, those areas, you're baby. Yeah. Good place to clone. First prize. Thoughts on the Loomis and Franklin Surge 12-foot?
Yeah.
You know what? We reviewed the rod a little while ago. If you've only got that amount of bucks to spend, they're not a bad rod. If you're a beginner, they're not a bad rod. Yeah. If you're looking for something fairly strong, though, I'd possibly look at something with Alabarding finger. Yeah. In the same Loomis range, like your Shad Pro or Wave Runner, or even your Shore Break, might be better buys. Purely on the blank being slightly stronger. That's just my feel.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump in here quickly, Don. While we've got Simon Morris, thank you, Simon. Simon Morris is, I'm hoping I'm getting the word right. I'm going to get a nod from Andrew as an affiliate. A member. Okay. So, guys, Untraceable Fishing, as we know, we run on YouTube. If you want to become a member, please have a look. Andrew, I'm still put a little, I don't know if there's a link. Sorry, guys, I'm not the technical guru. Fishing is my game. Andrew,
basically, you'll go join, eh?
You'll go join. So you'll join. Small monthly fee, guys. It does go a long way to help us put these productions out.
It's R9.99 a month.
Yeah.
It's a can of Coke a month.
It's a can of Coke a month. There are different levels. You can go up as well if you want to. It helps us a long way. Helps us get out, get their fishing, help us pay for our equipment.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, guys, is we love fishing.
Yeah.
I think these 2 guys from Untraceable love their videos and that, but equipment is expensive.
It does, and it costs money to go fishing as well. Yeah.
You know, it might sound greedy asking $10 if you want to support. It's a voluntary thing totally. Yeah. There's no obligation to, but you're kind of helping the guys make content. Maybe we'll see a bit more water releases and that kind of thing as things go on.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, like a water release is coming up soon. Old Briggsy style.
Yeah, it helps us pay for some underwater cameras and things like that, which we need.
So like it goes towards supporting those, I think, and that's an admirable cause. I must admit I haven't joined yet. Sorry.
That's fine. No, it's fine. So also.
But what else do you get for you joining?
So what you do, guys, you're going to get early access to videos, and there are a couple of videos up already that not all the normal guys that just subscribe will view. So you will get some extra viewing pleasure, can call it like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some more behind the scenes things, some more uncut stuff. Where Andrew and I are pretty much being more
raw footage,
more ourselves and doing our funny little jokes and things off camera, which we cut out. So you will get access to. we actually some idiot. We become idiots sometimes.
The less politically correct videos.
The less politically. There we go, Don. Well said, guys. And there will be some. We are going to start working on a bit of a tips and tackle section.
Yeah, and I think also if you've got any questions in that, you'll probably get a more direct response because those aren't the mass videos.
They'll come through on the top of the.
Yeah, so you'll be. And we've got a few questions just so we hoy them.
Let's get those questions going,
guys. What are your thoughts on a Big Boss 8000?
Beautiful, real.
You know what? If you're in that budget and you can't push beyond it, hell yes.
It is the best reel in that.
It's the best reel for the money.
What's that, under 2,000 rand? I think not, Don.
How about 1,399?
Oh, that good. Well under 2,000 rand.
So for 1,399, I could not think of a different reel I'd want to own.
Especially it's got full carbon drag.
If I've got $2,000 though, then I start thinking about other Pressure Bend Battle, perhaps an Akuma Cedros, maybe an Akuma Zorz XP. Correct. There are other reels, but they're not necessarily
Yeah.
mega different or
Correct.
mega better in any way. So yeah, big
So
boss,
brilliant reel.
thumbs up. Top seller in South Africa.
Yeah.
Thousands of happy anglers. My boot, me and my boot Wayne is going to try Yellow Sands.
This coming weekend, Saturday.
You know, Yellow Sands can produce. My folks used to have a
Yeah.
cottage there years back, and one of my favorite cobby spots. Anyone who knows, I give away spots.
Yeah.
I do regularly. But you got the Yellow Sands beach. You got this first point of rocks, and then you got like a flat shelf of rocks that goes along a little bench you can sit on and
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like much. But on a hard side, if you can get about an 80-meter cast, you got these flat shallow rocks, about waist deep at hard
You
side.
can get off the back of them.
And you get off the back of them into this guts that it churns.
Oh, nice.
And the
exactly
cobby, one of the
exactly what
very
a cob
few
was.
places I've pulled cob in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Mid-afternoon, cob for cob. That 4 to 6 kg
Yeah.
class, but hell of a lot
And
of
bet
fun.
on a dropping, outgoing tide there. That doesn't make a difference.
High and rough.
I'm just trying to get your
Yeah, no,
secrets
high-
on your
high
spot
and
side
rough.
of you
Spot's
without
got
realizing.
to be full.
Just taking notes here.
Yeah, no, got to take notes. But that spot's worked for me a number of times. So yeah, go for it. There's some nice gutters in the mouth at the moment as well.
Yeah.
In the main beach, on a very hard side, very fishable. On a very low tide, you can push out to some outer ones
yeah.
as well. So yeah, Yellow Sands does fish. We have caught cob there. Okay, was out to sea yesterday looking for cob, and you got geelbek. You know what? That's not. You can't complain about that though. You caught geelbek.
You got a fish.
You know what I
nice
mean?
fish.
But
the one guy got. So there was some cob around.
there was
so
a
there's
60
definitely some
centimeter
around.
cobby.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? We often see cob in that 20, 30 kg class coming out in the deep sea,
Deep sea,
guys. So you just got to find them, hey? That's always the hard part, is finding them. It's a big ocean out there. But so we wish the deep sea guys all the best. As we mentioned in a segment you'll see tomorrow, there's about 15K in prizes for the deep sea fish hooks. I mean, you're talking about Shimano Beastmaster rods, Assassin Jewel rod, Pen Battle reel, that 90-liter Africooler. There's some mega deep sea prizes. So cool. Hey guys, please advise on 2 questions above Simon Morris. Okay,
sorry, we missed that, bud. Let's go up here.
what is the one most effective trace for cob? Okay, you go first and I'll go second.
Okay, so my choice, most effective, I like fishing for cob, fishing off the surf. I like fishing a running trace. I hope you know what that is.
Running sinker.
So running sinker, 0.6 or 0.7 mono for my leader, and anything if I'm using a circle hook from a 6.0 to an 8.0, guys. That's what I'd pretty much like. And I like fishing a dangle, and Don's going to disagree with me there.
Yeah.
He definitely disagrees with me. I like fishing a dangle, but for me, for cob, I like to fish as light as possible where I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my cob recipe is a little bit different. I go up to 0.8.
So interrupting you.
I go up to, what's your biggest cob lately? I go up to 0.8 mil on my main line because I'm ambitious. I want a 50 kg cob, not a 10 kg one. Okay, so 0.8 mil main line. I like to go J, guys. The reason I've caught them on circles.
Yeah.
Lately I've caught them on circles. What I like about a J hook, especially about an 8 or a 10-0, is it's a bit easier to build a nice shaped bait.
That is true.
What I also enjoy about it is it doesn't require as much cotton. And I find sometimes big cob are inclined to mouth the bait and not feed that hard. So to me, a larger hook, a 10-0, there is no such thing as a hook too large for a cob.
Well, I saw baby cob being caught on a 12 this week.
Yeah, no,
so it makes no difference.
10-0 J will do the job quite nicely.
100%.
Sharp as you can buy.
Yeah.
Whatever brand you can afford,
The
sharpest you can buy. Okay. A float in the back of that, a bit of the white spongy or pink spongy.
Get some movement.
Give it as much movement as possible. I like a big bait, and I like to keep my if you can visualize a bait, I like to keep the top end by the eye of the hook. That's where I do most of my threading. And as it ends round by the point of the hook, very loose, mushy almost, letting off some blood. And your point of the hook must be super proud.
Yeah.
Sticking out as much as you like.
I agree with you. 100%.
And I do agree on the running sinker, but I also like to keep my sinker as light as possible.
Yeah.
Not beyond a 5 ounce if I can.
No, 100%.
Cob can feed very shyly.
Yeah, skittish shell.
They can, particularly the big boys. They're not doof. They got to that size for a reason.
100%.
So that's my take.
Those are the ones that don't ever find my bait. Those big clever ones.
And I'm talking about my favorite bait. They would probably be mackerel.
Yeah.
Nice, literally mackerel half down the middle,
just in half.
Butterfly them a little bit, bloody and good to go.
With a bit of marinade and good for
No, marinade. Okay, cool.
Okay, sorry guys, we lost count. Wait, we guys.
Okay, we're going. King Mills is the next one. New surf fisher here, coming from freshwater. You're gonna have a lot of dumb questions from me. No, that's cool. Gooi the questions, dude. What the hell is edible fishing? Basically, fish you can eat.
Yeah.
It means it doesn't come with mega teeth like a shark,
Normally it's shiny silver.
and it means it's actually got scales, so
Yeah.
you can eat it if you follow the biblical rules
Yeah.
like I do. Like I
So,
don't
so
eat Bible.
a quick way to differentiate edible fishing, fish, non-edible fishing, sharks, and rays. That's
Actually, if you want to
yeah.
get technical on things with bone structure,
Yes, and yeah, correct. Yeah.
all your non-edibles,
Bony fish
bony
or,
fish,
or
yeah.
cartilage fish.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the differentiation.
but things that are worthwhile eating. Okay, cool. Nice spots. You know, Durban is so indistinct in its the surf zone. Anywhere can produce cob there.
Correct.
There's so many piers, jetties, drop-offs. The surprising thing though, your big cob often feed just in the break line.
Yeah.
If you're hitting like at night, meter and a half of water, you're in the zone.
No, you don't need more than that.
You don't need 2-3 meters of water to get a big cob. So basically, where the current's not running, and your sink will hold. And some lights around, not a problem for cob, eh?
No.
They're kind of attracted to it almost.
A lot of guys are like, I think they're actually attracted to it. I agree with you there, Don.
Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, guys. How's it? Mark Robler. Okay, he's late. No, it's cool. Better late than never.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the Assassin Bluefish 2 Spin XT and Special? Okay. Beside, do you want to go this one or should I go on this one?
Go for it, you a bit more technically wind up on this one than I'm.
Firstly, the Bluefish Special and the current XTs you've seen are the same blanks.
Yeah.
The newer ones, the 15-foot 4 to 6 ounce, and I think it's a 5 to 7.
So there's some new models. We have
some new heavier models. They haven't arrived yet. Due end of the month. Those are totally new blanks. What is different as well, though, is that the Special has got anti-tangle guides. The Bluefish 2 XT, which stands for extra tough, has now got the Fuji guides,
K-series.
the same as the Zero.
Correct.
It's also got a Fuji winch, and they've also added a little carbon collar at the bottom of the reel button. Yeah. It just feels a lot lighter. The butt section is very much like a Beachmaster 2.
Upgrade. It's a bit of an upgrade on
It's a bit of an upgrade. Ironically, they're actually cheaper than the Bluefish Zero, and they've got the same Bluefish Zero coloration.
Correct.
So I know Bluefish Zero's got quite a following. I like the new Bluefish range, particularly like that new 4 to 6 ounce that you tested though.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal rod.
New,
I pushed that thing to its boundaries and it
that new 4 to 6 ounce is a sweet stick.
Yeah.
And I think in its price point, it's going to be very hard to beat.
It's going to be very popular rod.
And the Bluefish range is known for strength, performance, easy casting. In actual fact, I can't not recommend them enough.
No, that is a beautiful, fantastic rod.
Okay, I hope that answers you.
And it can handle it. It can handle the baits and sinkers it says it can handle.
Yeah. Tips on catching cob from rocks and soft plastics. I must admit I'm not an expert. I don't spend enough time on it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on this one?
So listen, guys, I'm no dropshot expert, but if you've done any sort of bass fishing, look for places where cob can hold. Look for little pockets of water where cob can hold. Either behind a rock that's breaking the current, that bait fish are coming past them. Look for a ledge. Anywhere. Also, you want working water, and if there is some sand churning, it's the things you want to look for.
Yeah, ironically, the zone is actually about 10 to 50 meters out. Correct. It's not mega far out off the rocks. So you're kind of looking for a narrow gully gutter
ledge
that's churning.
Yes.
And you see that sand turning, and you're going through that with a very slow retrieve.
Yeah, you want
almost dragging on the sand.
You want your plastic to bounce.
You should be feeding rocks and sand. But I do think you need a little bit of a sand in the equation.
Yeah.
Pure rock, I think you're going to struggle.
So one thing I learned from one of the best drop shot fishermen in our area is when you're fishing slow, you think you're fishing slow, you're not fishing slow enough.
Yeah,
so
literally
one. Painstaking, guys.
Two. But occasionally mix it up.
No, you got to change.
Occasionally give it tweak.
They might be a bit more aggressive with feeding in a different level.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool, guys. Hope that helped you a bit.
What is the minimum, the suggested cob size that should be released to aid sustainability? Okay, this is a complicated question.
It is, yeah.
Can I weigh in first?
Or? Go smack it.
Okay. Now, at one stage early on, they said all cob beyond a meter, I think down the Southern Cape they tried this first, had to be released. Yeah. Particularly off the boats, I think, at one stage. And they found they just couldn't really easily enforce that, and guys weren't sticking to it. The theory is your meter plus cob are the
mature
breeding stock. They lay the eggs, they add to the population in the biggest of ways.
Yes.
I'm not sure the exact age, but I think about 10 years old.
Correct.
It's
about a kilo a year, yeah.
8, 10 years old before they can start breeding. Myself, though, we were talking tonight, like the 60 centimeter cob that I catch was 65 centimeter. Yeah. I look at that lovely little cob, and I don't see enough to feed my family of 4. And I'm going like,
You almost need 2 of those, which you can't have.
You know, another
Running
day.
Yeah.
Get to that 1 meter and then
Yeah.
give me some sport. And what I also do personally, and I'm going to encourage you guys to do this, target cob sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool. I take 1 a year.
Yeah.
I take my 1 big cob a year, and that's my 1 I chow.
Yeah.
I don't go beyond a meter.
Yeah.
Beyond a meter, they don't taste lekker, they get tough, and you almost get too much meat.
Great.
So, I mean, a 90 centimeter cob can feed 3 good cookings to 4 people.
Correct.
So it's a lot of meat there. The other thing I do is do this to other species as well, like cracker. I'll take 1 big cracker a year, 1 big black steel mussel a year. It just it encourages me to target different species,
Yeah.
but it also takes the pressure off
Of that species.
My chow fish is blacktail.
Yeah.
Blacktail, I
Don't
think.
catch what I think you're like 5 there, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, but
might get a little bit wrong there.
but
I
I-
target
and-
them, so
but they
it's
are
a nice
phenomenal
eating
eating.
fish.
They're easy catching. They breed well in the rock pools.
Yeah.
Their numbers are still fantastic.
Yeah.
And on a light cycle, they're a tremendous sport.
Fun, yeah.
Okay, cool. I hope that answers the question. Ooh, here's a question for you. We were talking about it just now.
Beachmaster 2 or Evo 0, guys. Listen, that is a tough one, eh? Okay, so value for money, I'm going to say rand or bang for rand per rand, I'd say the Beachmaster 2. Listen, Evo 0 is a phenomenal rod. I've got the old gold series. I love it to death. I was still chatting. I was like, when this rod doesn't last, am I going to buy another Evo 0?
Tell the story. I gave you that rod.
Yes, anyway, guys,
Yeah,
I
I
won
gave
that
you that
before
rod.
Untraceable was even
I
going.
chose him as my lucky winner of that one.
So before Untraceable was even going, before I even knew Don, like I couldn't
Yeah,
punch him,
I
and he
know,
couldn't punch me in those
no.
days because you might have opened a case at the police station against me.
yeah.
So I entered one of Bull Moria's competitions, a share competition.
Evo giveaway.
Eva giveaway, guys. I liked and shared everything a million times every day.
You did it.
I lost friends because
No,
I'd honestly tag friends. Anyway, I won this beautiful gold Evo. Still my favorite rod to the day. But I said to Don, when this Evo does pack up and give in, I'm probably going to replace it with the Beachmaster 2. Not that I don't want the Evo, but just price range of a 3,500, 4,000 rand rod to 7,500 rand. I just don't think that the Evo justifies the 7,000 rand. I think I'm getting a rod. It's almost the Evo for 4,500 rand. In different aspects, the Beachmaster could be better than what the Evo is.
I see we missed 1 or 2 questions. We'll get to yours now
Okay.
about the lures and that. But it was quite interesting. We did a review on the Evo, I think, last week, huh?
Correct.
Okay. I had Jono, who literally is the guy who develops the assassin
Correct.
rods.
Yeah.
And he offered to give us the full technical development on.
Yeah.
At some point, I want to stretch his brain and go through the various from bluefish up and blah, blah, blah,
what
blah,
are
blah.
the actual technical differences?
But to be honest, the technical carbon, I'm going to sound really blunt here.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No.
It's
I
all
want
about
something
feel to me.
It's all about
all
feel.
about feel.
Yeah, I don't care what's on
and
paper.
I do think an Evo to the right angler is a better rod.
Yeah.
But to most anglers, I prefer Beachmaster.
Yeah. Well, to say this is Andrew, my Evo is my favorite rod. Andrew picks it up. He thinks it's terrible. He's like,
No, but I must admit the Beachmaster. If you can't cast a Beachmaster, you can't cast.
Yeah.
If you're an experienced caster, you might gain the benefit of an Evo.
Evo, yes, yeah.
I think is maybe
Correct,
the generalization.
correct, yeah.
For $2,000 though, I could
Almost.
buy some nice DNA braid or something like that with that. So, okay.
Let's move on, guys.
We had one up top here as well. Lures. Okay, pedal tails work well for cob.
Correct.
Clones you've been going on about.
100%.
Flat out. Ironically, surface plugs can also work for cob,
Yeah.
particularly on the wild coast. Good old-fashioned rapalas. Your lip lures that go wag, 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 wag.
Nice deep diving Rapala.
You know, if it swims, if it makes a vibration, cob, eat it.
Gonna knock it.
That's pretty much the theory on it, okay. Can you catch a 60 to 100 kg non-edible on an assassin? Absolutely.
100%.
Dude, I mean,
100%.
I think the biggest, on a 14-foot bluefish,
Yeah.
I'm lying, a 13-foot bluefish, and a big boss, one of the country's top anglers, I won't even recognize the guy, his son was fishing. Admittedly, they'd geared it up because they'd been snapped off.
Yes.
They put 65-pound braid in
Yes,
it.
they stepped, yes.
But I think they got a 200 kg plus raggy.
I've seen the video.
So yeah, you can pull on a bluefish. The bluefish is stronger than you are. And the big boss might have not the strongest gears on the planet.
Yeah, but it'll handle that fish.
It's got a strong drag though.
Yeah.
And if you don't fish it stupidly,
Yeah,
like
you let the rod do the work. Yeah.
Crank, crank, crank.
Yeah.
Any day, dude. Any day.
Let the rod do the work and your reel will last there.
Okay. How do you, if I want to start a saltwater channel and also want to know the best cob bait? Okay, you know what? Channels and that is just about consistency, eh?
Yeah.
Getting out there and doing it. I think the motivation, these guys love their fishing. Even ourselves, though, like we're dedicating our Monday evenings to doing this.
I encourage it. Listen, if you want to start a channel, I encourage it, go for it. But the more of us out there, the better.
Yeah.
I'd say start it up, see how it goes. No discouraging. You got to put the work in.
And you got to produce content on a regular basis.
There's a lot of work, guys.
Don't do it for 1 month and we never see you again. You know?
I work a 7 to 5 job every day, and I still have to put in those extra hours after work. But go for it. I encourage it. Make it happen. But
I must admit, when I fish, I think about shooting these awesome videos, and I'm at the spot and I'm going like 5 minutes and done.
But also be willing to sacrifice a lot of your fishing time for filming, which I like doing. It does irritate me sometimes. I won't lie to you.
It can be a pain.
I won't lie to you, but it is. We do it. We love it. We do it.
Cob bait? What's your cob bait?
My favorite cob bait. Nice. If I got very fresh squid, I like squid for cob. That's my personal favorite. All right.
Live mullet number 1.
Yeah, I don't always have access to it. That's my.
No, me neither. Second bait for me, mackerel.
Okay,
I like the mackerel.
Good.
Nice and bloody. Okay. How's it, fishers? Do you think mackerel is better than sardine?
I agree with you there.
What I like about it, you can make a bigger bait.
And it's not as soft, eh?
It can be as soft, but it's a bigger bait. Yeah. So it's thicker.
Yeah, you're not having to put 3 sardines on to make that volume up.
And you find often a sard when you cast it and that it half falls off and disintegrates on you. Mackerel doesn't do that quite as much. And I think mackerel does throw a bit more scent.
Yeah.
Personally, that's mine. Okay.
What is the best time of the day to target cob?
About now, eh?
About now, guys. So I'd say just before sunrise as the sun's coming up, just before dark and through the night. You know what I mean?
No,
not through the whole night.
You're missing the dawn patrol, though.
The dawn patrol, that's what I'm saying, as the sun rises.
No, the dawn patrol. 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock
in the morning,
It's got like prime, eh? Yeah. When you can't see what's going on and you can just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Those are like the daytime cob in the Eastern Cape from Port Alfred down happen. Yeah. Up in KZN and our part of the Eastern Cape, nighttime cob, guys. Really, they are a nocturnal species of note.
Yeah. And it helps them with their...
they certainly feed more actively at night.
Correct.
They are around in the daytime, but they're very skittish sometimes. And I think also the peckers are around more. So you less chance of them finding your bait. Okay. What about the Akuma Makara versus the Eva Infinity Tape? Gee, that's a difference there. Mariana. Okay, Mariana. You guys got Mariana experience. I've cast them now.
Like the Mariana's, listen, beautiful rod, guys. I think the Mariana is more suited for in my eyes, the heavier Marianas, like for the non-edible fish.
I love the 7 to 9 ounce. The 7 to 9 is a lovely rod.
To me, that's a nice rod. But I'm going to go, listen, I think Infinity Taper versus Mariana, I'm going to say Infinity Taper here, guys.
It's also a bit of an unfair knock because the Mariana is very similar to the Beachmaster in price range. And in some ways in action as well.
Correct, yeah.
They're easy casting, they're fairly light. And Evo is stronger, more sensitive, more carbonated.
I'd say if you're fishing the heavier side of it, I'd say Mariana. But there's something about an Evo and edible fishing that, I don't know, I just can't get away from.
Yeah, if a number 4 fell out of a tree, I would jump on one.
But different strokes to different folks. Like we've got like Andrew on the other side, which is behind the camera now. He would take his Mariana over my Evo any day. It's just different styles of fishing, guys.
I know I shouldn't criticize, but the purple just doesn't do me on the Mariana. That's just an opinion color-wise. Yeah. But I do think Akuma is going to do some awesome things in the near future.
100%.
You know what? That blank hoys, though.
No, 100%.
I pushed 90 meters on my first cast with one. And a 5 ounce.
And
your 5 ounce bomb sinker.
The bombs.
And most of the guys on that casting day, they hit their targets best on the Mariana.
Yeah. That's a Mariana is a beautiful rod, guys. When are you guys coming to KZN? We'll have to make a trip there next year, guys. We are planning some trips for later this year.
We get asked that every week.
I know.
No one's sponsoring the trip though. Yeah,
just the most productive time is obviously sardine run time. So we'll see next year if we got some funds in the bank account.
Where would you go fishing in KZN though? Because I know the coast, but I mean, where would you actually go though to choose?
That's different. There you have to.
Because all the good spots are crowded.
Yeah. Well, there's a very good Facebook page.
Splash Rock, Port Edward. Might be a short.
The sardine run run by one of our good friends up that side.
You know Splash Rock.
I know Splash Rock, yeah.
I saw a big fish come out of Splash Rock this week, actually.
Is it?
I don't know what. I think it was a kingy of like 40 kilos, something like that.
Yeah.
So Splash Rock, Port Edward might be on the cards.
You should float for carb. I always fish float for carb. I believe in it, but you can catch carb without float. I saw what happened this weekend with oversized hooks that bait was sitting on the bottom. Just depends, but if it's a bit of working water, you don't always need float.
Yeah, if the waves are around, it doesn't make much difference.
Yeah.
But if it's calm, you're at least lifting away from the barbel and that.
That's exactly the reason I fish the
float. And you're also lifting away from your sand shocks and your skates. So that's why we float.
Yeah.
I think to a large degree.
Okay, what is the best beginner rod for surf fishing? Well, I'd say it's something that's very easy to cast, guys. So I don't know, depending on your budget, guys, I'd look at something like the Kuma Rockaway. Very, very easy rod to cast. You're going to get distance on it with your hands down like that.
I'll have a bluefish.
Bluefish. I think those are two rods to look at, guys. If you're a beginner, you don't want to buy the top end rods.
If you at sub $2,000, you get okay rods, and I'm not going to say they're junk, but they're okay rods.
Yeah.
Plus $2,000, you get lacquer rods.
Yeah, you get some good rods,
there's a huge jump in the fishing experience, and in some ways, just save that extra month or so and spoil yourself. Even if you downgrade your reel, I'd rather have a $2,000 rod and a $500 reel.
Yeah, you can always replace reels as they go.
Absolutely.
So look for something with a moderate taper, guys. Stay away from the super fast taper rods that are a bit more difficult to cast, and then you'll get better fish experience.
Okay, fishing at dangle. This is totally your question.
Okay, I think we missed
dangle, John Carson. Okay, now I'll get to the next one.
Okay,
I'll do the assassin one.
Okay, that's fine. Fishing a dangle with a squid flap ocule in the Nahoon River, hooked into something on the bottom that couldn't pull it, and it ended up using braid in the process. If you fish something on the bottom, if you couldn't pull it, I'd say you're probably hooked into a big flatfish in the river there.
Yeah,
but might be a little diamond
or a diamond skate or
something like that.
You know, you get some diamond skates in our rivers that push 100 kilo, huh?
Yeah, so I think, Jean, I think you've hooked into a diamond there that's been floating around that river. If you couldn't lift it, carb, if it was a carb or any other fish, you would have known, bud. And I think you would have moved it. If it couldn't move, it was a big flatfish, bud. Okay,
we had a question here from Hendrik. Rating on this rod, Assassin Rapid Spin 011 extra heavy 12 foot. They also do the Cob Master range, and I've had a couple of casts in the lighter spin masters. They're rated 1 to 4 ounce, most of them, and the 1 to 3 ounce models as well. Good rod, nice Fuji guides. Certainly the next development in what they've done. I think a good all-rounder. Haven't spent enough time casting them to really say, wow, this is the go-to. I think unfortunately, a lot of that stock is just trickling in, and we'll see most of everything by the end of the month.
Ready for December.
But I think good all-rounders. What I do like about the Assassin lure casting rod range from the Spin X8, Spin Tech, and now the new models is they are strong. They are blanks that can perform way above their price point. Okay. Hey, Marco Robles stays near Splash Rock. Okay. Marco, we're coming to visit.
Hey, Marco, brother man. Now we're talking. Marco, we'll have a chat in the new year sometime, I'm sure.
Did you answer Jacques? Jean, he's okay. Yes, now you retracted his question.
So
otherwise, Jean,
Mark, you got a place for it in the backyard for us to put your tent. We will make a plan. Definitely make a plan then, bud.
Yeah. Otherwise, Jean, you hooked one of those mystery pieces of sack or something like that, and it just didn't move.
Yeah,
it happens.
It does happen.
It happens, especially in Nahoon. My Wayfire 14-foot says 120 to 250 gram. I wouldn't push it as hard as that. The wave powers are
120. That's 4 ounce to 8. Oh.
Nowhere near that. I wouldn't go that heavy.
That's a big range. There's something not right there.
Yeah. Just check the spec on the rod to be exact.
Yeah.
But I think that it's the 4 to 6 ounce he's talking about.
4 to 6. So a 6 ounce sinker should be 180 gram, about 180 grams.
I would say, just shy about 165. I would say that on those 4 to 6 ounce wave powers, if it is the 4 to 6 ounce something,
keep it to the bottom end.
I'd keep it on a 4 or 5 ounce plus a good bait. 6 in a small bait.
Yeah.
But they're actually not I'm not criticizing them. They're great rods. The guys enjoy them.
They're not going to perform throwing a 6 ounce. You're going to probably get more distance with a 4 ounce or 5 ounce.
Yeah, and also if you overload with a 6 ounce and a big bait, you do start entering that. if you're a hard caster, you
That's
can
critical.
damage your
Yeah.
you can damage your kit.
Starts getting some
So you know
fractures in the blank.
they're not they're heavy rod. They're not an extra heavy rod.
Yeah.
Just take that into account.
Okay. King, is the cob a regional fish, or do you find it all along the entire South African coast hold cob?
Okay, I've caught cob at Lakes St. Lucia.
Yeah.
I've caught
They-
cob in Berg River.
Listen, you catch them up. Your cob species, I know north of Cape Town or the west coast of Cape Town, they start going from your what we call a common dusky cob. They change more.
Talking about a gallus, I think there's a transition, eh?
Yeah, like silver cob, and then you get your
Yeah.
Namibian cob, which is a silver cob and a dusky cob that actually mixed over the years.
I think there's a little bit of a gap. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
I might be mistaken, so don't quote me on this one. But I think you get them both species.
Yeah.
The silver cob going around Cape Point up to about the Berg River,
Correct,
Saldanha area
Yeah.
there, and there's a little bit of a gap between the Namibian one starting.
Yes, yeah.
Those like Oranje Mont and those areas, they don't
Yeah.
really catch cob.
Cob, yeah.
So
It's just too much of a
yeah, the Namibian population
The colder water fish
is
in
the same species,
Yes.
but they're different population.
Yeah.
Okay. They do move up and down the coastline pretty freely though.
Yeah.
If chasing mussel cracker, circle or J?
I like circle hooks, guys. I only fish circle
Totally
hooks.
circle hooks.
My bigger fish.
Earlier I was saying I like a J for cob. I find cracker, I have caught in J hooks.
Yeah, you do, but I've lost more fish on J hooks.
But I've had many a cracker pick me up, take my bait, take a line, take
Yeah,
drag, and spit me out. The hook just never penetrated that pellet.
The thing with the J hook, guys, because they've got such immense molars in their pellets, you end up having the point of the hook going against one of the molars. And it ends up slipping out.
I often find they just crush down on the hook
Yeah.
and let go.
Yeah.
There's no penetration that's happened.
Where the circle is normally going to hit it
It's
in one
in
of
the
the thick
corner,
lips and
absolutely.
you're
So
good
yeah.
for go.
So yeah, guys, circles. Also doesn't catch the rocks and the red bait quite as much.
Correct.
And
You're not going to damage too many fish like that either.
I'd go circle there,
Circle,
solidly.
yeah.
Also, just wanted to say, enjoy the Wave Power Pro 3 to 5. It's a lacquer rod.
Yeah.
You know what? The Wave Power range, the guys down, I know, Strandfontein in the Cape,
Yeah.
they've got some beasts of cob on those things. We're talking 20 kg plus cob. They're easy casting rod, and if you've only got $1,000 odd, heck, they're hard to argue against. So yeah, I just think if you can stretch it to $2,000, something like a Precision is light years ahead.
Yeah.
In strength-wise, more than anything else.
I'm sure you gents have fished since the East Bay plenty times. Now I fished there. Yep, I'm getting big cob pickups, and they run about 15 meters and drops. Any idea what it is? It could be big cob.
It can be. Your black steer must love to do that as well. Eh? Black steer must love to pick you up. And silly question. Why aren't you setting the hook?
Yeah, I'm saying set the hook sooner, but
you know what?
Hook one eventually.
You know, I spoke on the group a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's like cob. Okay, a cob typically you'll feel a bump, donk.
Yeah.
A really big one sometimes just
Yeah, the big
But you need to wait a couple of seconds for him to literally pull you flat, and on a soft arm.
Yeah.
And
Very
then
soft,
set the hook.
Very soft arms, yeah.
If it's a live bait, I might wait about 5 seconds.
Yeah, let him run a
15
bit.
seconds, too long.
Too long, yeah. Let
Set
him
that
run a
hook.
bit.
And the circle hook, just remember to hold.
Yeah, and the hook should do most of the work
If
for
it's
you.
a soft pull and he's not really committing to it, just lifting the tip of your rod.
Or reel him on.
Yeah, just lift
Yeah.
the tip. Just a
Yeah.
slow lift often sets the hook very nicely as well.
Guys, the circle hooks you're buying, any even circle hooks, they're all super sharp nowadays. The hook pretty much going to set itself.
Now,
Even
just make sure your gape's not too full as well. When
Yeah,
your bait slides down into the gape too much,
Could
that
be
can
missing,
cause
yeah.
problems as well. Okay, evening guys. How's it, Cornel? Yusuf, my braid to braid leader I use as a uni to uni, but they're not knocking on the guides hard when casting. Which other knot should I try that's not too difficult?
braid to braid, guys, I'd say, listen, you either got to learn the FG, which I don't know how to do, or bobber knots. They are a bit more complicated, but once you learn them, they're quick and easy, guys. So put that time in. You're not going to get any knocks on your guide. I know Don uses a different knot to us.
I use what's called a Yucatan knot.
Yeah.
Because it's purely one of the simplest knots
Knots,
out there, and it is rather strong. It takes a little bit of practice to tie it really well, and you've got to put it up tight. Can I be a little blunt here? Lately, I've been pushing distance because I'm looking at a lot of surf fishing. I actually don't have a knot going through my guides.
you fishing just with a little drop lead off it.
I think
or braid straight to your swivel.
braid straight to swivel.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times we get too hung up on this braid leader thing. If you've got a 30-pound decent mainline braid,
Should be fine, yeah.
you're generally okay. Also, when I hook into a oversized fish,
Yeah.
besides reef and sandbar, I can cope with that.
Yeah.
My knot strength is higher,
Ah, yeah.
and I find I can
Yeah,
pull exceptionally
At
hard.
the end of the day, guys, the less knots you got in your thing, the better.
The better.
The less chance
And
of failure.
braid to braid is hard to assess because you often tie the knots on dry land,
Yeah.
and it feels perfectly fine.
And you get some
Fish,
water, you get some
fish it
slips.
for half an hour, and sometimes you're going to snap off. It's normally when you assess a knot is when you get hooked up.
To see if it's
And you
holding
go,
or not.
dunk, and it snaps so easily. You go, damn! And that happens to all of us. No matter how good your knot tying is,
It can
they
happen.
sometimes just slip.
Fail.
Okay, sand prawn in the surf. Peckers clean the hooks in a few minutes. Squid on the back.
Yeah, as I say, put a little squid back with some prawns on the top. Otherwise, move. You run away from this place. Not easy, always easy to do.
You know, the surf zone's a fascinating place. There are a lot of small silvies and blacktail,
yeah.
but baby shad,
Yeah.
and bigger. Find the roughest surf you can.
Yeah.
Find a sandbar where the
With
waves
churning.
are pounding.
Yeah.
Then you know you're not going to get as many peckers.
Yeah, correct.
Calm, deep water, pecker
Plenty
paradise. Okay, Marco again. What I know about Splash Rock is that you can catch anything there from big shark saddles. Very deep spot, very dangerous spot, but it is one of the places I would like to give a
very
week
popular
sometime.
spot though.
It is a popular spot on calm seas.
Yeah, because you catch good fish there.
Yeah. We're not used to fishing crowded zones here in our part of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, Marco again. If you guys have a spot that you choose to fish in, do you guys throw your baits in the deeper water or on the sandbank?
Depends what we're targeting, guys. So, Marco, for edibles on the sandbank, if I'm looking for a shark, maybe close to the sandbank, but sort of in the deeper water, but close to that sandbank, though, where you will be looking for
I
a
like
snack.
I like the edges.
The edges, yeah.
I find on the sandbar, if it's got a nice deep hole behind or in front of it, that's fine. Because I know my sinker will kind of get washed around anyhow.
Anyway, yeah.
But I find the edges work best. Where the drop-offs are, that's your prime zone.
On that, where there's a bit of a pitch or angle.
Yeah, often you land on a sandbar, and as you get washed off,
you get to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. No more. There we go.
Okay, Cornel. Thanks. I'll definitely try the chocolate backing. Yeah, a little bit of chocolate strip.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a decent fish like a pig nose or something like that, it'll at least keep interested. So thin little worm almost of chocolate.
Correct. Yeah.
Does a nice job on that. I find as well, don't use too much cotton. It doesn't help on the sand prawn. They come off anyhow.
Correct.
And what I also like to do is tie in as many nippers as I can.
Yeah.
Those big
pink ones.
Pink.
That bite you.
I even steal them off some of them, and if I've got enough.
Because I think that color, there's a bit of a color attraction,
but also
or something like that.
It must become a chewy bait, a crunchy one.
Okay, last question for the evening, guys. Lycra or latex?
You guys answered this a while ago.
So, guys, a quick one. I'm a latex guy. I prefer latex cotton. Lycra for some of my things, but go have a look at Untraceable YouTube channel. We'll answer all those questions for you if you want to see about 15 minutes talking about cotton. But I'd say latex.
Ghost.
Ghost
cotton.
No, I don't like ghost cotton.
I'm old school.
Will Cobb take a small squid on a circle hook? 100%, but there's no
I
failure
found,
there.
If you get a small baby squid,
the whole thing
whole
with a bit of foam in the inside. I like a little bit of
foam in the inside. Maybe a smidgen of sard in the inside as well.
Yeah.
Awesome bait. Pickers take it, but big fish like it too.
Anyway, guys, we're going to call it quits for this evening.
Yeah, that's signing up.
We've got some fishing bags to go clean out after the weekend.
Yeah, and all of those that you guys that are fishing Cobtober.
Yeah.
Cool. The guys who haven't joined it yet, entries closed like 10th of October, Oaks. There's 100K plus in prizes.
Plus 100K of prizes.
Yeah, well over now.
Guys. There's no excuse. And even if you don't catch a fish, you have a chance of, was it about 60,000 rands with the lucky?
Yeah, 50, 60Ks worth of lucky draw prizes.
So get those entries, guys.
And yeah, even if you guys aren't near the coast, you can still get a lucky draw. So $200 entry fee. Online forms on all our Facebook and websites and that, so go for it.
Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe and get those.
Yeah, cheers, Oaks. Enjoy fishing.
Screaming. Cheers.